Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Dodgy Kit, and this is the Dodgy Kit Show. I'm just going to go through this live feed of the news here and make my corrections as and when required because I'm sick of the punting that's coming out of them. So, well, here we go. We'll see where we get.
Yeah, I do think that ultimately, and I can see how this ends, which is I think that ultimately we're going to end up with the police bizarrely being blamed for this, and then the police force, which has been done recently for institutional racism, seen still as a kind of a white entity, the Metropolitan Police Force, despite the fact that my understanding is that the local superintendent involved in all of this is not white, by the way. I can see that this ends up falling at the door of Sir Mark Rowley, who's just sitting there. Well, he doesn't have any hair to pull out, does he? But if he did, I imagine he'd be pulling it out, saying, look, why is this now a police issue? Why is this now on us? We've had a low-level incident at a shop. We've had people mob up outside and start crying, screaming blue murder. And I just see how this ends. I mean, not everything has to be about race, surely.
What do you guys think? Yeah? This is about that woman. I don't know what she was doing in that shop. She's throwing herself around or trying to shoplift or not doing what she was told or probably maybe even just being asked, excuse me, could I get by? And she didn't feel like it that morning, started getting arsey. Do you know what I mean? Could be anything. But hell, you have Fendi robbed the other day, wasn't it? A big mob of them running there. Yeah. Didn't ever get that back in the day, was it? Used to leave your bikes outside your mate's house and go and have tea. What are you making? What are you creating? Anyway, I'll let it play and we'll see where we go, eh?
Totally. And I think, you know what, if people just took a little bit of personal responsibility and understood that their actions have reactions and consequences, then perhaps we could leave the police to do the jobs that they really need to be doing. We shouldn't have situations like this arising right now. This is the stuff that we found happening years ago that my grandparents used to talk about. How are we in 2023 dealing with this stuff? And to talk about the police, the reason why Sahel, who's the shop owner of Peckham, was involved in that situation because he already felt like the police don't really do anything with this stuff because it's so low level that they don't have the time to deal with it. And unfortunately, you are going to find people that take advantage of that. But this seriously is a question about holding yourself responsible. This is a total misunderstanding and has been blown way out of proportion.
It is, yeah. And again, as you've been at pains to do, and I will do again, it absolutely remains to be seen what action the police decide to take on this, whether or not anybody is charged with anything, etc., etc., etc. I want to make that very clear at the moment. But Bushra, thank you very much. Bushra Sheikh, though, is an anti-racism campaigner. Yeah, I just saw that story and just thought it was absolutely bonkers, to be honest with you. You get your views coming in, of course, gbviews@gwnews.com. But shoplifting in general, okay, right across the country. I mean, whether you're in the north of England, whether you're in the east, the west, wherever you're in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, etc., shoplifting is becoming an absolutely massive issue right around the UK. And it's costing retailers hundreds of millions of pounds every single year. And the rise has been put down largely to the cost of living crisis. Hey, do you buy that? Do you think that there is ever a justification, actually? If you've got a young baby, do you go in and steal nappies, for example, if you can't afford it? That's a bit different from going in somewhere and stealing some DVDs, if they even sell those anymore. But last year, police recorded a total of 342,343 offences in England and Wales. That is up from a total of 275,076 offences during the previous 12 months. That's a significant increase of around 24%. And you can see why people are referring to a shoplifting epidemic. I'm joined now by James Lohman, who's the Chief Executive of the Association of Convenience Stores. And James, can I thank you very, very much for coming on, please? And just to say to you, what kind of protection do you think you're getting from the police, from shoplifting? How bad is the problem? How bad is it out there?
Yeah, are you a shoplifter? Do you buy from shoplifters? Do you support that whole thing? Do you know people that do it? I used to know girls 20 years ago. They used to have foil-lined bags, and they'd go off and come back with all kinds of flipping stuff years and years ago. God knows what they do now, because you've got tags on it, cameras everywhere, all this surveillance. and then they're freaking wearing masks. It's a bit self-perpetuated, isn't it? I don't know. Anyway, let's see what they're going to chat about, eh?
Yeah, we are seeing a significant increase, and those ONS figures probably massively underreport and don't really capture the full scale of shop theft. But the relative change is certainly something our members are seeing. They're seeing a significant increase in shop theft, and it's not just the volume of it; it's the impact, and it's.
No, that's the other thing I was meant to say. Do you own a shop? Yeah? Some of these big retailers, they make billions a year, don't they? If you're just managing to pay your freaking mortgage or whatever on the place you've had forever and a day and having to keep remortgaging because of freaking God knows what, yeah? Is that why they do it from the big shops? You know? Old school ways, isn't it? Rob from the freaking hand that feeds you, or you rob from your corner shop, they're gonna beat the fuck out of you. You rob from fucking Fendi, and who the fuck's Fendi? There's some fucking, I don't know, fucking some phantom in it. I don't know.
I'd say the brazenness of that crime. We're seeing people coming in and clearing shelves now. In stores, apparently feeling they have no fear of any repercussions for that. So I think our members do feel let down by the lack of police response. And I think over a number of years, there's almost been this idea of screening out low-level crime.
When does it go from the people nicking the steaks, yeah? Nicking the steaks and the flipping Gillette razor blades or whatever. Yeah, when does it go from there to nicking the higher freaking value things like freaking watches and freaking cars and Christ knows what? When does it get mad then? There's already some geezer drove an army truck down the road at the police, didn't he? He'd fucking had enough. There's plenty going on. Why?
And are not investigating it. Well, firstly, all these incidents have an impact. They all have a victim. But actually, looking at it the other way round, they also provide a really rich pool of data from which we can understand who are the prolific repeat offenders committing these offences and many other offences as well. And actually, we use this information to target those people, take them off the streets, put them into rehabilitation, or it could be a prison sentence, whatever's most appropriate.
So we're back to the feedback system again, aren't we? Yeah? Because of the inability of the police to act, yeah? The data collection that's being collected isn't what they need, is what they need. Yeah? Who do they forward it to? Yeah? Are those people on the government police website for us to fucking view so we know what they do and they're accountable within the police service? Is it maybe this disrespect for fucking, you know, it's like old John back in my previous video 16 about the Nuremberg Code. You guys gonna write down all these laws and acts, yeah? A request to, yes? Instead of a request to, it's a fucking you will must. You shall, yeah? So the police self-perpetuating fucking denial of the feedback. Here we go.
We can actually really make a difference in terms of not just shop theft, but lots of other offences in the community.
Is there a sense now amongst shopkeepers, James, that it's just defenceless? Like, you know, you open your doors one day and there's every chance that at some point during that day, someone's just going to walk straight in, bold as brass, put a load of things in their bag, walk off, and then it might be up to you to decide whether or not you want to try to tackle them, and that's not a position anyone wants to be in.
Yeah, look, I think it's not universal. I mean, there are different experiences in different parts of the country, but fundamentally, yes, retailers are now expecting shop theft as a certainly weekly, probably daily occurrence in their store. And often it comes to say with this very brazen approach. And if you do challenge, and some retailers have a policy where they're likely to challenge, perhaps particularly independent retailers. But across the board, we say people are more important than property. And so be very careful in doing that. And we urge people not to challenge as a normal policy. But they know that when you do challenge, that can often be a trigger for violence, abuse, and it really escalating quickly. But not challenging doesn't mean doing nothing. It's really important to report every incident so the police can.
He's right, isn't it? It is very important to report everything, including reporting on the reporters that are allegedly reporting. GB News is very good, and I must say that I much prefer in their content of a morning or of an afternoon or of an evening or of a whenever than that the BBC, to be quite honest. The BBC presenters, narrative, freaking stance and fucking presenters, fuck. Yeah, GB News is much more down my fucking street if you fucking get what I'm saying. Anyway, here we go.
You can get a picture of it, but first on an overall scale of what's happening, but also identifying those individuals. And most retailers now, they've got CCTV, they've got other systems, they can identify, they can get evidence, and capturing that evidence is really important. Obviously, for that to be worth anything, we have to have the police making a real commitment to investigate, and that, I think, has been lacking in many areas. What we are hearing from government much more, and from a lot of police officers and police and crime commissioners, is a bit more of a commitment here, and we really need to push through on that, because with that commitment, we can start to see this problem at least trying to make a dent in it.
Look,
Right. So it's back to the police again and how they're performing and how they're going to sort out their numbers and all the rest of it, right? You see somebody robbing something, you go to call them, you go to their website because you think it might be a bit more efficiently quick. Yeah? You can't find anything. You go contact email, fucking old generic fucking email that's not fucking responded to. You get one of those patronising fucking emails or text. That's the fucking worst thing. And it is. It's a fucking pain in the arse, and it is a fucking bloody excuse. And all the fucking energy companies used it the other day in the fucking select committee. Are asked if they fucking answer the phone in 3 minutes, and they all go, yeah, we answer the phone in 3 minutes. Yeah, you fucking answer the phone in 3 minutes with a fucking automated fucking system where you wait for an hour. Yeah? The fucking police. Who's running the police? Who wants to run the fucking police? And I mean, run the fucking police. Yeah? There's lots of fucking fibbers out there telling fibs, and they all seem to be in these fucking high up official positions, don't they? Yeah, we won't get into fucking historic fucking brown paper bags under fucking pub fucking tables, but fucking, yeah, been there, seen it, fucking know what they're fucking all up to. It's fucking disgraceful. Anyway, respect to GB News, and this young chap's fucking right down my fucking street, man. If I fucking drank or could afford a fucking pint, I'd fucking buy him one or maybe share one, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, fucking here goes the ride again.
Find a magic wand now. What would you want? Because this is the kind of thing that, you know, we can continue to talk about, we can try and push for here, we can try and put a bit of pressure on. It's the government, the opposition, whoever, whatever that might look like in a year or so's time. What's your magic wand dream here then? What happens for you?
Sadly, there is no magic wand, Patrick. It's a number of things. It's retailers reporting crime every time, as I said. It's the police committing to investigate. It doesn't mean there'll be flashing blue lights coming around the corner every time there's an incident. We might like that, but frankly, that's not been the case for many, many years. What we do need is a commitment to investigate that crime.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, fucking. And it's fucking true. It's fucking 400 pigs turn up at the same fucking gig, innit? Oh, what happened? Oh, somebody fucking tripped over some dog shit outside a phone box. Fucking literally. Just. Who's fucking running the gaff? Because when these 400 fucking pigs turn up, you say, oh, what fucking force you from? And they'll give you a fucking, some other fucking generic fucking station that fucking covers it all. Yeah? You fucking look up their website, they ain't fucking on there for shit. They're fucking down the road and they're a fucking PCSO. They just happening to wear the wrong fucking gear this evening. Oh, and they didn't put their camera on, did they? Don't want to fucking film their own assaults. Yeah, fucking twice. Yeah, bastards. Anyway, here we go. Round goes the ride again. You ready to ride with Dodgy Kitten? Here we go.
And then a commitment from the courts to take that seriously, and the CPS to take that seriously.
Take seriously.
The appropriate penalties used. So there might be rehabilitation, it might be prison, might be fines, whatever the approach is. At the moment, there are too many points in that chain where it's just too difficult to get hold of. It's too difficult to deal with. There's too much of it, and we've got to crack that. So unfortunately, there's no magic wand. It's complicated. It's hard work for everyone. But we have to commit to that.
Absolutely. Look, James, thank you very much. Great to chat. I hope to chat to you again very soon. It's James Lohman now, who's the Chief Executive of the Association of Convenience Stores. It's brazen a lot of the time. It's violent a lot of the time. And if you are a smaller retailer, you know, this is the kind of stuff that could put you out of business. This is the kind of thing that makes you wake up in the morning and think, is it worth me risking my life to go to work today for this? And, you know, it's a serious question to have to answer, isn't it? Considering you started out just owning a corner shop, for goodness sake. But loads more on this story.
Ah, yeah, there's another thing, isn't it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, there's the other thing, isn't it? Old shoplifting. About to set up shoplifters. Because that was a thing back in the day. Freaking, well, what was it? It was freaking, gosh. It's like 27 years, 25 years ago. Flipping it, yeah. Yeah, because the fucking young girls, wouldn't they? They'd get their foot in the door in their first job. But the manager would piss them off, or fucking grope them up in the storeroom like the fucking nurses in the hospital, you filthy buggers. Yeah? So they'd be pissed off with their boss. Yeah? And they knew that their boss fucking owns this franchise or whatever, and they fucking hate their guts, right? But got to fucking run their shop and take all this fucking money all day for them, and then they get a fucking shit wage and they don't bring them a coffee when they go to the coffee shop. That sort of boss, do you know what I mean? Tight cunt. Yeah? Fucking trying to run his shit, right? But fucking, you know. Yeah, these fucking young people, especially young fucking girls, young vulnerable fucking people again, and it being taken advantage of. Fucking young girls working in shops getting pissed off with a fucking manager. Yeah? Fucking boyfriend fucking has a little chat with her at night time, fucking has a chat with the boys, innit? Fucking little arrangements made to pop down there fucking when manager's fucking just about to pop to the bank, or fuck he's got his bag of fucking cash and all the diamonds are on the fucking tide. Do you know what I mean? And what a fucking lot of them do, they'll fucking, do you know what I mean? How fucking stupid and it's the fucking managers employing fucking people they don't fucking actually fucking know. Yeah? Yeah? She looks fucking pretty, but she's fucking going out with a fucking abusive bully who's in a fucking gang. Fucking dumb fucks. Anyway, fucking see what he's gonna go on to now, and might fucking skip it a bit, see where we're at. Let me flip them screens around so at least you can see him. Oh, no, are we there? Oh, where are we gone?
And the others on our website, gbnews.com. It's the fastest growing national news site in the country. It's got the best analysis, big opinion, and all of the latest breaking news. But there's a major development in the Westminster spying scandal. It's emerged that the Tories dropped 2 potential candidates to become MPs after MI5 warned that they could be Chinese spies. Just how deep has the rot set in? Patrick Christie's GB News, Britain's News Channel.
What you get for breakfast is something that, if we do our jobs right, you will wake up to news that you didn't know the night before.
It's a conversation. It's not just me and Eamon.
We want to get to know you, and we want you to get to know us.
From 6 is Breakfast with Eamon and Isabel.
Monday to Thursdays on
to people crossing the channel, whether or not they're allowed to be housed on barges, in military bases, return to their own countries, etc., etc. Do we have too many human rights? Is there such a thing? I'm joined now by international human rights lawyer David Hay. David, do we have too many human rights?
Let me see if I can put myself somewhere else.
Good afternoon, Patrick. I think from my side, the short answer is no. There are some basic human rights which various instruments protect. The issue that we're seeing again and again and again is how those have been interpreted. And obviously things change over the years. When you look at when the European Convention on Human Rights was put in, we're in a different world. And it may be that the interpretation hasn't kept up with the modern situation that we're in. But we certainly...
Human rights lunacy. Yeah. Well, previous video 16 is about the Nuremberg Code of 1947, and video 15 is about educating children and how they're being brought up quite fucking pissed off and depressed. So let's see where human rights lunacy, see the fucking spellings, yeah, they spell it out, don't they? The way it's presented to us on this illusion that we would rather have than the truth, which Sigmund Freud was talking about, and I ended previous video 16 with. But anyway, here we go. Hope you're enjoying the show, everybody. Much love to you wherever you are around the world. Like and subscribe, please. We'll see where we get.
We don't have too many human rights.
Okay, all right. I mean, the protection of those human rights, I thought, really, was to protect people like you and I who aren't terrorists, at least not last time I checked, right? But if they end up protecting terrorists and putting us all at risk, that's bad human rights, isn't it?
Well, I think the issue that you have with human rights is for them to be effective, human rights laws, effectively they need to be universal, so saint or sinner. Because at the point of deciding who is a sinner, then you bring into things like fair trials. Now, the issue that we're seeing with Ben...
Now we've got sin involved. Touchy. It's all a matter of opinion in the internet. Is it a bit of an onion? An opinion in an onion? Fuck knows. We'll find out. Let's have a look. We'll never fucking find out, I should think. But there we go.
Wallace boils down to, and it's something that's been going on for decades, essentially, in the European Courts of Human Rights, and it boils down to what is jurisdiction. Because under the Convention, the European Convention, we the UK, are basically saying that people in our jurisdiction are afforded the human rights in the Act. And then when you're looking at, say, for instance, a military raid in an overseas country, if we shoot and kill that person in that raid, they're not in our control. But if we, and this is where this ridiculous, absurd situation has come from, if we capture them, then they're in the jurisdiction of the UK, technically, and you need to then afford them the human rights. So yes, that's an absurd situation, and it's one which the Conservatives were going...
Do you all understand that? I hope you understand what he just said then. If you capture a soldier that's fighting you, they are then afforded, under the ways the army fucking respect for fucking each other as fucking fighting men, yeah, once the person's captured, they get all the rights. All of the rights. But if you shoot him, he's fucking dead. He gets fuck all. So you got a fucking severe fucking morality fucking thing there, right? Or have you? Yeah, what the fuck are you both stood there fucking fighting for anyway, you fucking penises? Anyway. These people make this shit happen, so we'll fucking see where we go with fucking David fucking Haig, or however you pronounce his fucking name, Skish.
To address in the Bill of Rights, which they scrapped, which specifically took it out of that, the scenario. But also, as we know, they dropped that.
Look, I get that, people like me, essentially a gob on a stick, might be a nightmare for somebody like you who is a human rights lawyer. But I look at this now and I just read what Ben Wallace has said. There are a number of individuals who pose an imminent threat to the UK, who I would prefer to have captured rather than deal with by a strike. But we can't do that. But then I would look at that and go, well, so what? We break a human rights law once by capturing a jihadi, and no one's going to complain.
I agree. I mean, it is absurd, but equally, those same human rights laws protect our forces when they go to, for instance, Afghanistan and the Ministry of Defence.
Right, was that him just saying? Was that him just saying that he wanted to capture these people and not kill them? Yeah, because of their human rights, or is it because they know shit that they want, or they own shit, or know the location of stuff, and it's all information, isn't it? They would rather the information is worth more to them, yeah, than the risk of keeping them fucking dead or alive, fucking whatever. They want that information, don't they? Rather than just taking the cheap route and blowing the fucker up. Bang, dead, yeah? They actually want a fucking, what are these people hiding? Fucking leftovers from World War II? Fucking rights or fucking keys or papers or documents or art or fucking locations of fucking Bitcoin codes fucking for wallets? Fuck knows. Yeah, anyway, we'll fucking see where we're going. I hope you're alright wherever you are around the world. Like and subscribe, please, and we'll fucking keep the ride going with Patrick Christie on frickin' GB News this morning.
Hasn't given them enough equipment to protect them. So it protects them in those situations. It equally stops foreign countries doing military raids in our country without knowledge of our government and abusing people's human rights. So it goes both ways, but it is something that needs attention, because that is an absurd situation.
He goes on sorry to interrupt, but David, he goes on to say, right, if we had found Osama bin Laden, we wouldn't have been able to launch the raid that the US did, which I think is, by most people's metrics, absolutely absurd. I mean, we could have found the guy who masterminded a plot to fly planes into the Twin Towers, etc. We could have found that guy, and we wouldn't have been able to do anything like the Americans did.
Yeah, correct, and that's absurd, and that's, I think, down to, because the law basically says jurisdiction, and it's the judges that have interpreted what is or isn't jurisdiction, and that's the problem.
Right, and this is the important bit of this discussion now, which is about the application of the human rights, isn't it? Because we see it a lot, don't we, where, again, from where I'm sitting, I think human rights laws are there for the taking. Because I think it's quite easy to manufacture certain claims, whether it's, I've got a deep-seated fear of water, therefore I can't be housed on this migrant barge, for example, or, I'm a homosexual, I can't possibly go back to my home country, or all of that stuff. It does appear to me that it's quite easy to game the system when it comes to human rights at the moment. And you do see it as well. I mean, like, for example, some of the people who were convicted for the grooming gang scandals in Britain, which was like the lowest of the low, invoking human rights laws to try to make sure they can stay in the UK and all of this. And I think it just sticks in the craw a little bit. So do judges need to be given a rocket? I mean, how does that work?
And I do have to pause it just there. One of the people in the Oxford grooming gang, I used to go raving with when I was quite young. Used to go clubbing and doing things we shouldn't. Yeah? And even then, they were the group of freaking individuals that were telling me that no, I won't, and yes, they will. Yeah, he got 25 years in prison. Hopefully he'll be fucking deported or fucking deceased by the time he comes out, but we'll carry on.
I think that's the thing. The law is fairly straightforward in that it says, for instance, in this case, jurisdiction. Now, normally we would assume that meant the UK. This has now been expanded to mean places within our control, people within our control. It's the judges over a couple of decades in the European courts that have and literally gone backwards and forwards in what they believe is and isn't jurisdiction. So it's ever moving, and it's the judges that perhaps need to be looked at and addressed, and the interpretation of those laws. Now, like I said, it was the Bill of Rights. Had that gone through, specifically had a provision to pull out of the jurisdiction military operations, but then by doing that, then that could also lose protection for our troops if the military of defence, for instance, doesn't provide them with the equipment they need. So it's a very difficult situation. But I absolutely agree with you. There's some absolutely absurd cases, and the laws are being abused, and that needs to stop.
Yeah, I mean, I look at who enforces that. You know, what nationalities are enforcing laws that could mean that British citizens are put at risk by not being able to go and capture an ISIS jihadi abroad? I mean, do they include countries like Luxembourg and San Marino, for example?
Well, absolutely. I mean, in this case, it's the European Court of Human Rights, effectively, and in certain cases, our own courts as well, applying that law. So effectively, but what we've got to remember is that
here we go again. Look, the application of the law. Yeah, a manipulation of the ability to use those acts for reasons this way or that. Yeah, but it's the control of that again, the control of the flow of the money. When you backtrack all this lot, it all ends up in Whitehall at one door, doesn't it? One door that leads into an open courtyard and nothing else. Is that where it's all kept, is it? Phantom stuff that's not there. Anyway, yeah, the manipulation and control from legislation, judges, acts, ability to supply fucking funding for things just in time, not just too late. Yeah, it's fundamentally fucking run by people that are performing in a slothish manner. The resultant comes out is obsolete before it's implemented, and everything's just too late and the wrong fucking one, isn't it? Back to much earlier videos about fucking just in late and fucking, oh, it's the wrong one. Yeah. Anyway, we'll carry on fucking listening to this chap fucking going on about their lunacy of human rights.
Previous governments entered into these obligations. They signed these laws and brought them in. So what we need to do, and I say it a few times before, if we want to get out of them, then our government needs to change the laws and pull us out of these.
So hang on a sec. Is this chap saying, when he said the previous government, does he mean the Labour Party, or does he mean the previous Conservative representative? Yeah? Yeah? This left-wing push for this liberalism, yeah, on this liberalism of human rights, it's like you can make an excuse for anything. Yeah? And let's just take an example. Let's just take an emotionally unstable female is going through the change and is on antidepressants from the hospital, a doctor, and on HRT, and has had personal problems in her life recently, and is feeling quite depressed and everything. Freaking throws a wobbler. We're supposed to just bow to every single want and need, yeah? Every single obfuscated argument, whinge, moan, manipulate of freaking what's actually fucking trying to occur, or what? Yeah? Because it's this, where's this been bred again? Where has society educated itself to allow this sort of lunacy to occur? Yeah? Didn't happen before. What's changed? Yeah, it's effect, isn't it? Cause and effect. Yeah? So what's changed? What's caused this situation to occur? What needs to change, if anything?
So we would have to leave the ECHR.
In this scenario, I think we would. I mean, I'm not in favour of that, but I think in this scenario, unless we can change the applicability of how the current interpretation of these laws is, we'd have to leave. And even when the Bill of Rights was being proposed, there was a provision, like I said, that would pull us out of this jurisdictional problem when it came to military operations. But that would be at complete loggerheads with the existing ECHR. So you'd have then had more court battles. So I think a government does need to address this, but I don't think the one that we've got has got the time or the ability to. And they, as I mentioned, they pulled the Bill of Rights.
Yeah, exactly. Look, David, thank you very much. Fascinating discussion. Really, really informative stuff. David Haigh there, who's an international human rights lawyer. I am deeply interested in what Ben Wallace has had to say. I think many people, not all, but many people regard Ben Wallace as being a pretty straightforward kind of chap, former defence minister, of course. He's basically blasting the ECHR, just saying it's lunacy that now, and as you heard there, that there can be judges from places like Luxembourg and San Marino and other minnow nations, really, who could have a say, not just in the old border debate about who we can and can't deport, for goodness sake, which I think should be a complete matter of sovereignty.
When we think about that again, like, people do come from fucked up places, and it ain't really fucking, well, what is fucking fair, But they come from places, they don't even know what fucking, never heard of the fucking words fucking human rights. Well, before the fucking mobile phone came along. Never heard of fucking human rights. They just all got on with it, and fuck it, they just got on with it. Just got on with life wherever they are, and they progressed. Now everybody's just fucking running away. Back to the guy with a fucking no petrol and he's got a boat. Make a fucking sail, for fuck's sake. At least fucking try to adapt. Fucking hell, I see some of these places and fair enough, they've been fucking bombed to shit. But there's fucking loads of potential. Isn't it? There's fucking everything needs rebuilding. Everybody needs employment. Everybody needs everything. And instead of rebuilding it, they all want to run here, somehow become fucking multi-millionaires and have this fucking dream of going back home. The fucking sand and the fucking grasslands will take it all over. It will be gone forever and you won't even be able to find it apart from on a GPS. I'm sure there'll be I fucking do feel sorry for them, the fucking people in Morocco. But I bet a fuckload of them they're literally fucking walking in a circle in the street going, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to do, where do I go, what do I do? The obvious thing is go and get work that's going to pay the most, isn't it? So they ain't going to stay in fucking Africa, they're going to be straight to the fucking border. I want to go over there to fucking Espanola or fucking Italiano. Show me a fucking Greek fucking goddess. There's that as well, innit? Fucking. And it is fucking, you lost your wife and kids, what are you gonna do? You're fucking 30 years old and you're fucking Turkish, you lost your fucking wife and kids, what are you gonna do? Everybody's fucked up, they ain't got fucking anything. They've all fucking lost things in the fucking same emotional state as you are. You're gonna fucking go, ain't you? You ain't gonna fucking stay there. But the ones that do, got fucking shitloads of potential to fucking create whatever you fucking want, innit? Unless, of course, the whole fucking street's been bought up by the fucking council.
Complete matter of national sovereignty, but also about whether or not we can launch operations abroad that could end up saving lives, certainly when it comes to protecting ourselves from terrorists. I don't see why any other country in the world should have any say over that. But alas, here we are. How do you feel? Does this latest kind of development or revelation or comment from Ben Wallace make you more or less likely to want to be in the ECHR? Get in touch, let me know. gbviews@gbnews.com. But Tory MP Tobias Ellwood, yes. Well, he could be forced out as chairman of the Defence Select Committee. He's in trouble after releasing a controversial video that was compared to the sort of film that would be done by the Taliban Tourist Board. We will have the latest in an exclusive. Our political editor very shortly. Patrick Christie's GB News is Britain's news channel.
Wow, that was entertaining, if nothing else. Yeah.
Progress southwards, further north across Scotland, staying wind.
What do you guys think? Do we get too many human rights? Yeah. What's important to you? What are your fundamental things that like you couldn't do without? Yeah. Because that's what's gonna happen. The algorithmic AI is going to narrow down our requirements for efficiency's sake, isn't it? We wouldn't want anything in the shops that nobody would purchase. Yeah. Is that a perpetual downward spiral to... We'll just have a box soon, it'll say cereal. The next box will say toothpaste. The next box will say fucking freeze-dried beef, cell-cultured. Yeah, fucking well. You won't have no fucking choice with crickets. Yeah, 490 grams. Fucking tight wankers. Fucking that makes me giggle as well. Just to fucking. Sorry, but you know, I'm just fucking. This is a bit of a random make today with this one. I'm seeing this shit coming up on the fucking media fucking sources and it's all fucking winding me up. Yeah, what the fuck was I going on about? Yeah, fucking boxes. You open the fucking box, innit? You open the box that they've fucking taken 10 grams off the fucking weight of because they want to fucking make a few extra fucking pennies off you. And they've all been doing it. You see this packet changer. You open the fucker and they've still got the things fucking halfway down the fucking box. You remember? And it's back to the fucking shopkeeper again, isn't it? Back to the fucking shopkeeper. Oh, no, I don't want that one. Back to the shopkeeper. What did the shopkeeper used to do with a bag? Used to go into the shop, didn't you? And it'd have the scales on the side and the glass and wooden cabinets and the fucking ladder that goes around or whatever. And you totter along with your mum with a basket or whatever and she'd fucking get the things. They put it in a bag, wouldn't it? Spin it round. There you go. Fits fucking perfectly. Even the fucking plastic bags at the butchers. What's the plastic bag like at the butchers? They give you that white plastic bag, won't it, with a meat in it? And it'll go through the little red sellotape fucking machine. And it? Chunk. And you get your fucking bags of meat. And I bet the plastic on all those bags doesn't fucking add up to the same amount of plastic you'd use to buy the shit in the fucking supermarket. And the shit in the supermarket, all those boxes, you know, slabs of fucking vacuum packed meat, yeah? Those fucking trays, they come in boxes they have to get rid of out of the bag. So it's fucking perpetual fucking... Just be freeze-dried crickets in a fucking vacuum fucking sealed fucking packet that's 14 times the size of the product. To keep the product safe. Yeah, so it gets to you in the best condition. Yeah, it took up fuckloads of fucking room on your lorry, love. Yeah, fucking cereal box with fucking 4 inches at the fucking top was just fucking air. Just fucking work clever, innit? Don't fucking be thick, twats. Does make me fucking laugh. Fucking, but human rights, man. Fucking, who's got a right to fucking anything? None of us. You ain't got a right to fuck all. Why we try to convince ourselves we do is fucking quite odd. It's the fucking human condition again, I suppose, isn't it? You ain't got a right to fuck all. You ain't got a right to get up in the fucking morning. You ain't got a right to fucking eat. You ain't got a right to fucking have access to water. You ain't got a right for fuck all. You walk outside your house now and just fucking take something. Yeah? Because that's what's happening, isn't it? It's fucking black woman being thrown around the fucking shop. Yeah? It's a right to access what? Because fucking hell, you haven't even got a right to access land anymore, have you? You go, oh no, this is my bit. Bastards and fences. Fucking. It's not like there's much livestock in the countryside anymore either, is it? Like you need fucking a fence to keep it away from your own livestock that it might fucking eat or antagonise. Fair enough if you do, but fucking hell, there's fences up everywhere, aren't they? You fucking hate those new build estates. When they are grim. The quality's terrible. And the fucking design is fucking just 10 times worse. You see the back gardens on some of them. And they're fair enough, they got a fucking back garden. They should have. They're fucking supposed to be a family house, but the fucking ain't, are they? But yeah, they got this. There's like 5 or 6 gardens, all really stupid shapes, all fucking meet in like one gate. And it's fucking. You just sort of imagine it when everybody's doing their garden on a Saturday morning. They'll all be trying to get out this fucking 3-foot piece of alleyway through the same gate because all their gates open out onto this fucking little It's a fucking joke. Like the old school fucking houses. Yeah, fucking 50s houses that were built after the war, weren't they? Big back garden, or what we class as a big back garden, but they had a fucking proper back garden and a proper front garden with a driveway and fucking bay windows and a fucking, you know, you might put a fucking, what do you call it, porter thing for a car on the side as it fucking leads down to your garage that's sort of halfway in the back garden. And all that shit, that was designed, all them, you remember like fucking big estates. And it is, they're the fucking nice place to be. They're the fucking nice houses, they're avenues, and the fucking trees have grown up so big that they cut them down and redo the road. There's no fucker thought of that when they fucking, yeah. But they were designed for a reason, for a purpose. Yeah, with criteria in mind that had been discussed and conclusions made for rational reason and morality fucking thing. What the fuck ever happened to that? Whoever signed that off? Whoever fucking said it's okay to build a block of flats on a fucking main road and then fucking complain why none of them go to work because they ain't got a fucking car or any transport, there's no bus, they're in the middle of fucking nowhere and there's nowhere to park. Although they're in the middle of nowhere, they got fucking land everywhere. You want to be fucking paid for them to place a vehicular outside their fucking property. Self-perpetuated wankerism again, isn't it? I'm out of fucking coffee again. Do like me coffee. Pretty shit coffee, can't afford fucking good coffee. Fucking, if I bought good coffee, I'd be fucking even more skint. Yeah. Yeah, coffee, fucking hell. Imagine being a fucking coffee worker. Fucking human rights as a coffee worker have. El fucking cocoa fucking leaves. Do you know what I mean? They'd be fucking, they ain't got no fucking money at all, have they? They got no fucking future. They keep doing all the crap they're doing down fucking there. Feeding them fucking kids up to the border, innit? Or fucking Bedo can fucking funnel them in. Human fucking rights. What do they say? The only right you have is the right to fucking die, innit? Oh, it looks like fucking Sunak's been on PMQs. Look, fucking something just come up there. Like, cool, Sunak in action. Fucking Keir Starmer just called fucking Sunak in action, man, right? Keir fucking Starmer has done fucking since he has done nothing apart from block any ability to fucking do anything. Everything that has been achieved he's complained about or refused to vote on. He's got that spitting witch next to him, the dribbling fucking northern fucking excuse maker. She's exactly the type of antagonist I'm fucking going on about in my previous videos and this one. It's an absolute fucking impossible person to work with. Probably went into politics because fucking every other industry she went into she couldn't get along with. Yeah? Because she's fucking a diabolically fucking manipulative fucking control freak human being. She's horrible. Every single thing you could put, I almost challenge you. Yeah? You fucking say to fucking Keir or her fucking anything and they'll oppose it. Just for the point that you said it and they don't want to agree with you. They'll even go round and round in circles until they got their spelling in their paragraph, how they want it to sound so that it convinces themselves that they're right. Yeah? That's why we end up with situations where adults like me are so fundamentally fucking pissed off with all of you, that we end up fucking having confrontation like in the Donbass. When they asked everybody for help, and they fucking in 2014 there was 300,000 of them or something there, all shouting yippee yay in the end. And then somebody didn't fucking like it, didn't get their own way, did they? Wanted to throw their toys out the fucking pram. Instead of understanding the fucking fundamental point and listening to the fucking people trying to fucking tell you. The fucking Keir Starmer, fucking how dare you call anybody inaction, man, you inept, fucking incompetent fucking moron. All I've seen from you is your chin get more fucking flabby, your face get redder and your fucking flab wobble more. And that fucking enlarged spitting snake next to you has terrible hair from the back. That fucking arse is huge as well. Anyway, we won't get into that. Some asses are nice when they're huge. Anyway, get into that. Fucking nice ass. Yeah, girls like nice fucking asses on men, don't they? Eh? And fucking at all the other fucking which way rounds. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this fucking moaning rant. I could go on, but I need some more fucking coffee, to be honest. If something else catches my my eye today, I might pop on. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed this entertaining show. This is Dodgy Git Show 17, news, review and discussion. I'd love to hear your comments. It's just a bit of an experimental show this time, see how the software works and how I can interact with the media and how I can air what's frustrating to me when people on the news punt it the way they do. I almost do want to pause it and rein them in a bit, do you know what I mean? And say, oh, hang on a minute, no, it's that way round. GB News is probably, for me, probably more an agreeable thing to let run, to talk. if Laura Koonsberg's on there, I'd be, or that other fucking woman. She looks like she's going like that every time she fucking just looks at the fucking screen. You're like, oh God, fucking, oh, and you know what she's going to come out with, and then as she comes out of it, you just go, turn over. Because she's just fucking, the first line is just fucking fibs. So, yeah, I might try this again sometime with a different fucking news channel, see how we get on. I'll be fucking pausing it every 5 minutes and fucking cursing. Swearing too much. Anyway, 55 minutes in, I bet you need a wee. Yeah, enjoy your day, everybody. This was Dodgy Git Show 17. I'm Dodgy Git. Share the love. I'll see you again soon.